Yo, what's going on, casuals? I know it's been a while. I just wanted to talk about the absolute travesty of boxing right now, and I kind of just wanted to go into why I think boxing is a corrupt and dying sport that is in dire need of fixing. All right, it is a corrupt sport in dire need of fixing. So this past Saturday, everyone knows, Alexander Usyk fought Rico Verhoeven. First of all, I'd like to say it was a great fight. It was a very entertaining fight. Super fun. Back and forth action. This fight was rigged from the get go, and this kind of is a big turning point, and kind of shows the overarching, fraudulent, uh, kind of behavior of boxing now. This shows the fraudulent behavior of boxing. And just to kind of start off with a little rant, this shows MMA, kickboxing, all of these things infinitely surpass boxing. They're better sports. Boxing fans are the biggest dorks on the planet. They're the biggest losers. All right, these guys talk all the shit. Oh, all our guys beat your guys. Yeah, all your guys beat our guys in your guys' sport, where you take away 90% of our guys' weapons. Imagine if Rico Verhoeven imagine if they fought in a kickboxing match, 12 rounds, 3-minute 12 rounds. You know what would happen? Alexander Usyk would have a fucking broken leg, a broken arm, 6 broken ribs, and he would have been knocked out with a head kick. I like Alexander Usyk. He's a great guy. He's a great fighter. Pound for pound, one of the best boxers. Arguably the best boxer of the modern era. And he's a good dude. The best way to describe Alexander Usyk is an honest man in the least honest sport. And he's just an honest man trying to be honest in the least honest sport. And that's really all there is to it. But I mean, just going through the fight, so I don't really care about the rest of the card. I don't really care about boxing in general. What I care about it was this main event, because it was, Alexander Usyk, and it was for the heavyweight championship. If Rico Verhoeven beat Alexander Usyk, he's the best heavyweight boxer on the planet. And I think this also shows that he would beat most of the top 10, 15 heavyweight boxers. He would. It wouldn't be close, wouldn't be competitive, wouldn't even really be. No, it would be close and competitive, but he would clearly beat these guys. It's at the best. And this entire fight was rigged against Rico. This entire fight was rigged against Rico. Going into that 11th round, I had Rico clearly winning. I think probably 8 out of the first 10 rounds I gave him. Maybe 7 out of the first 10 rounds. I thought he was very clearly up. He was very clearly up. And in the dying seconds of this fight, 11th round, he gets dropped, he gets hurt bad. He's in a very dangerous position. He's actively moving and defending himself. And he's swinging back in the last moments. And it gets stopped after the bell. The bell rings, and then they stop the fight 2 seconds after. It's a completely rigged fight. And I think the worst part is when you look at the scorecards, they're absolutely horrific. All right, versus Verhoeven scorecards. Look at these atrocious scorecards. 95-95, 94-96, 95-95. A single judge had Rico Verhoeven winning this fight going into that 11th round. A single judge had Verhoeven ahead. Verhoeven should have been up 8 rounds to 2 or 7 rounds to 3. He should have been easily winning that fight. It should not have even been a question. It should not have even been a question. I mean, I'm not going to pull up the punch thing because I don't even know where to find that. I'm not going to look it up. I didn't look at it. I don't need to look at it to know that Rico Verhoeven was whooping up on him. With his awkward, weird kind of like he fights like how I imagine Lucas Tracy. Like he fought like Marty Lewis. If Lucas Tracy could pull up a fucking photo or a video of Marty Lewis boxing, Rico Verhoeven is how I would imagine Marty Lewis was boxing. All right, he was putting hands on Usyk. He was winning. He was overwhelming him. He was frustrating Usyk. He was getting Usyk clean with shots. He was landing good shots to the body. That's another thing. He was landing really well to the body. And throughout this entire fight, he was outpacing and outworking Usyk. A guy who's at most went 5 3-minute rounds in his career, was outpacing Usyk for 10 rounds. The undisputed best heavyweight on the planet. Arguably the #1 pound-for-pound boxer on the planet. He was outclassing soundly. And the rig was in on the scorecards. The ref clearly just goes in and stops it. Where was this energy during Usyk versus Tyson? When he had Tyson out on his feet, fucking head laying backwards, essentially out cold standing up against the ropes, and they give him a standing 8 count, Usyk almost loses a split decision? What? And this just goes into all the other, like, how rigged boxing is. I mean, you look at Tyson versus Ngannou. Ngannou arguably won that fight. Genuinely, I think, if you give that fight 2 more rounds, he either drops Tyson another time, or he wins the last 2 rounds and he wins the decision, or if you even just get rid of these, like if you had like 3 like random fans judging the fight, every single person would have agreed and given that fight clearly to Ngannou. Because he should have won that fight. Tyson Fury was landing nothing of substance in this fight. Ngannou dropped him, hurts him on multiple occasions, backing up, beating him in the physical aspect. You know, Tyson can't use his fat fucking milk bag blob belly to just fucking lay on his opponents and weigh them down and tire them out, because Ngannou's like an actual athlete. He's not just some like 6'7" tall, fucking long, just really wiry frame of like Deontay Wilder, who only has a power punch. Ngannou is big and powerful. You know? Like, these fights are rigged. Take a look. McGregor versus Mayweather. I think everyone could... Mayweather, yeah, won the fight. I mean, you can't really argue against it. He TKO'd him, standing TKO in the 10th round. McGregor wasn't fighting back, really. Had nothing left in the tank. Everyone could unanimously agree the first 3 rounds, McGregor won. Because Mayweather literally did nothing, and McGregor was literally lighting him up. Take a look at this. Every judge, these are the live, what the commentators are saying the stats are, the rounds are. They agree with this. This is what the judges actually gave. 1 judge gave the first 3 rounds to McGregor. 2 judges gave rounds 2 and 3 to Mayweather. The only round he unanimously won is the first round. Even though he completely outlanded Mayweather in rounds 2 and 3. Completely won those rounds. I mean, it's completely rigged. Total punches landed / thrown. And round 1, 9-2, 8-5, 9-5. Even in round 4, even. Only in the later rounds does Mayweather actually start to outland him. Mayweather lands nothing in these first 3 rounds. McGregor outlands him, just beats him. Completely beats him. And these corrupt-ass judges just fuck McGregor. McGregor took 3 rounds off prime Mayweather. What are we doing here? And then we just, oh my god. I hate bringing this up because it's Jake Paul, and nobody really gives a shit. We all know it's rigged. But even just Jake Paul's career. All of boxing, anytime someone else that's not a boxer tries to cross over, it's all rigged against them. Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury, rigged against Ngannou. Usyk, Verhoeven, rigged against Verhoeven. McGregor, Mayweather. The fix was in from the start. It was rigged against Mayweather. Or it was rigged against McGregor. I mean, even this, look. All of these careers, like, it's literally just, we're going to take these, it's either older fighters, like Silva, Woodley, Ben Askren. Ben Askren, who still was like 40 years old, still hadn't fixed his, like, fucked up hip or back that he had. He hadn't fixed that shit yet. Tyron Woodley, who was fucking old as shit. Anderson Silva, who was like 44 when they fought. Nate Diaz, who was genuinely just geriatric old and small compared to Jake Paul. Mike Perry, who is, again, just so much smaller than Nate Diaz. I mean, he's getting matched up. These guys are just getting matched up against Jake Paul, and he's only accepting fights against dudes who are just significantly smaller than him or significantly older and out of their prime. These guys are rigged to lose just to take a payout. And whenever these guys aren't here for just the payout, because let's be real, all these guys wanted the money. But you can't act like all they wanted was the money. All they wanted was the paycheck. They gave it their all. Rico Verhoeven gave everything in that fight and had more to give when the fight ended. That was not a man who was just there for a paycheck. Ngannou, all 10 rounds with Fury, dropped him. Going hard. At the end of the fight, he's throwing Superman punches. That's not someone who just is there for the check. McGregor, he goes 10 rounds, 7 rounds of, like, after the rounds 4 through 10, he's kind of just getting beat on, getting picked apart. He doesn't just sit there on the stool and give up. He sits there and he keeps trying. All of these opponents, all the MMA opponents of Jake Paul, all of them kept trying. They wanted to win. This sport is rigged. It's a bullshit sport. It's a stupid sport to watch. There's no point in being interested in watching any of it. Because unless it's a knockout, you're never going to get a legitimate ending. Take home, like, what's... Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev. Dmitry Bivol. Great boxer. He's sick, He's intelligent. He moves. He's a very active and output-heavy fighter. He's entertaining to watch. He's a great fighter. He gets robbed against Beterbiev. He gets robbed. Arjun Beterbiev, who lands nothing significant, lands strictly to the guard of Bivol. Gets that decision. But that's just what I think. See y'all later. Prediction video coming soon. See y'all later. Peace.